Hello and welcome, Inspired Podcast community. This is your new episode. My name is Caroline, and my today's guest is Henry Biemann. Welcome to our show. Hello. This
Thanks.
is
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for saying yes for this podcast episode. I'd like to tell the audience a little bit about you, and then you can add to this. Henry Biemann's story is one of triumph, leadership, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. He stands as a beacon of inspiration, urging us all to reach beyond our limits and embrace our full potential. Wow, this is amazing. You are a visionary in the world of leadership, and you are the president and CEO of the Biemann Group, and you are, as I learned, also a writer and speaker.
Yes. Thanks for the over-the-top warm introduction.
Woo, woo. Okay, so let's start our interview. And my first question is, what inspires you?
So my inspiration started as a young man looking at one of the peers of my father, and I wanted to chase after a dream that he had of flying jets for the military. And he was a fighter jet pilot, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever as a young boy. And as I grew up, my father was diagnosed with kidney cancer when I was 16, and he passed away when I was 19. And in an instant, that dream changed. And the hospice nurses that took care of my father while he was in his last days were incredibly amazing and touched my life in such a way that I say they were divine angels from above come to spend some time with us. And it was God's wake up call to me and say, hey, no, that cool, sexy fly jets thing that you thought you were going to go do is not what I have in store for you. And I studied nursing and became an ortho trauma nurse and took care of wounded warriors for the American military. And the sacrifice and the willingness of those individuals to give to help other people really set something off in my mind. And I learned, and through that experience figured out that as much as I want to achieve, I can do it by helping other people. And seeing people sacrifice to help others, but yet they came out on the other side so rewarded and so resilient and strong, even though they may have had quite a loss in their life of some sort. It was just incredibly powerful. And so that's what my initial inspiration was, is those experiences led me to see that when we dedicate ourselves to helping advance other people, it raises you up higher than you ever could trying to strive on your own.
Oh, that's so true. Thank you for sharing. I can feel it. I feel uplifted now, only with the first question. Thank you so much. And my next question is, who inspires you?
So that's an incredible question. And I think it's something that everyone should ask themselves. Who inspires you? And not just who, but why. The emotion really gets tied back in when you ask yourself why. So actually, as we're getting ready to get on this call, I'm working on my morning journal. So this is a journal that I wrote. It's called Inspiration 365. And one of the things that I have folks do when you get this journal is every day you write some affirmations, then you write a gratitude list, and you write your intentions for the day. And this is every morning. So as you see, I've just started with today's. But as you're writing that gratitude list, same thing for asking who inspires you. What are you grateful for? And then ask yourself why, because that drags it into another level of depth. If I'm grateful for my wife, that's great, but why am I grateful for her? What has she done for me? If you're grateful for your spouse, why? What makes you grateful for them? And go tell them that and share that with other people. And so, back to your original question about inspiration, it's the same sort of philosophy. Is I have a few folks that are my core mentors, a gentleman by the name of Mike McCarty, a gentleman by the name of Jeffrey Gitomer, New York Times bestselling author of The Little Red Book of Selling and about 15 other books, and a gentleman by the name of Wyatt Woodsmall. Yeah, there you go. You've got his book right there.
I have a little this
You
in
have a few of
German,
them.
yeah, and it's just sorry for interrupting, but he's in episode 111. You didn't know this, but maybe it's not published. This is the best. This is in German version, but the Yes
Yes.
Attitude. The Golden Book of. Sorry, but I'm a huge fan, and I was just interviewing him last week. So yeah, you are in the same podcast with Jerry Gitomer.
That's right.
Yeah,
So
amazing.
he and I connect and talk at least once a week, and is an incredible mentor and somebody who I've looked up to and helped me with my book, Live Inspired. And so this is just out on Amazon, but I will give a sneak preview to one of the pages in here. So I speak a lot in this book about attitude and actions and how to live a life that inspires other people. But I have to get to this page because you're going to love this. This is
I love
a lot
your
of fun here.
journal already, what you shared with us, and I suppose people can buy this as well, Inspire 365.
They're both available on Amazon, so they're available everywhere. But this book, stop reading right now and buy a copy of Jeffrey Gitomer's Little Gold Book of Yes Attitude.
This is awesome. Thank you so much.
So,
We are on the same wavelength.
We are on the same wavelength, and there's no sense in me rewriting what he has already put in some of the most incredible words out there in that book. But the book is Live Inspired, Awakening Your Path to Purpose. And that's something that I really believe is a cause of the depression and the challenge that folks have in today's life is we're out here grinding. We're grinding on the wheel of life, but we don't know where we're going. Running the rat race, striving so hard to be good, and all the people around us are working hard, so I have to work hard. But why? What am I doing? Where am I going? And you have to have the purpose. You have to have a place that you're going and know why you're trying to go there. And with that will come the inspiration, and your work will have meaning, your life will have meaning, and it brings you back full circle.
Oh, that's so true. Thank you so much. I love it. Please reach out to Henry, buy the books, of course. This is why this podcast was created. And we didn't know each other before this podcast. And this is also the surprise of this podcast, which is no surprise, of course, because like attracts like, and I always have the right people with the yes attitude.
Absolutely.
So much. Okay, and you answered, you know what you answered? My next question already, because it would have been, how do you inspire other people? You inspire by your books. What else?
Yes.
You speak. You created a company. And what do you do?
Well,
Yeah.
so it's funny you ask that. So number 3 that I just wrote on my affirmations this morning, I wrote, I am an inspiration. I inspire with my words, my actions, and my life.
Yes.
So that's my affirmation for this morning, and it answers your question.
You did. And you did. So your affirmation is something we repeat in order to come true or manifest, as we can say, and you manifested it.
So yes, I believe a little more than manifesting, but what you set in place in your mind. If you look at religious texts, even say the Bible in Proverbs, it talks about the power of the tongue to speak life or death. Your tongue is the most powerful weapon that you have. And are you using it to build up, or are you using it to tear down? And so often people use their tongue to build others up while tearing their own self down. You have to start every morning using your tongue, your words, your thoughts, your prayer, your beliefs to build yourself up and build that firm foundation before you go out and tackle the day.
Wow, this is so important that you mention it. Yes, it's the truth. And most of the people forgot. Let's say it in a nice way. We forget to do this, to structure our morning, to make the decision to
Right.
work on ourselves. Yes, thank you for sharing. I love that. I'm inspired now more than ever. And my next question is, what are your gifts and talents?
So that's a great question. And I find personally, my gift is coming alongside of folks in the trenches of life and helping them open their eyes and see what's going on around them. I love the art of leadership. And I believe that in a corporation, every job is a people job, no matter where it is in the corporate ladder. And you, as even the bottom person on the totem pole, have the ability to change someone's life with just a few words and just a few moments of your time. So I enjoy the aspect of coming alongside people and helping them realize how they can make a difference in the lives of others and what impact that then has on them and where that takes them. Because as you're helping to pull others up, you're continually rising with them, and it's making you an even more resilient, well-rounded being and ready to go out and achieve whatever you set your mind to. I think Zig Ziglar said it very well when he said, "You can have whatever you want in life as long as you help enough other people get what they want in life."
Wow, yes. Mhm. He's a great teacher as well. Yeah, I remember reading his book decades ago.
Yes.
It's still how do you call it? Like timeless, also it's still valuable. All the information timeless. Yes. Hmm.
Oh, absolutely. So
Mhm.
I'm reading several books right now. As an author, I like to read a lot.
Mm.
Um, and one of the books that I'm reading is the Platinum Book of Cha-Ching that you lifted up a moment ago.
Yeah, this is
And
the German version, but it
the
doesn't
German version.
matter.
Yes.
Yes.
Klingenklassen. Yes.
Yeah.
So that is one of the books that I'm reading. But another one that I'm reading is He Can Who Thinks He Can by Orson Swett Martin,
Mhm.
written in the late 1800s. And it's just as true today as it was back then. And there are some of these prolific, excuse me, I can't talk this morning. There's some of these prolific writers from the late 1800s, early 1900s: Orson Swett Martin, Christian Larson, Napoleon Hill, Dale Carnegie. These folks that were early
Mhm.
thinkers that if you read their work, it's just like it was written yesterday. It's
Yes.
completely applicable today as it is back then.
I
And
add
one of the key
Robert
tenets,
Collier.
yes, one of the key tenets that all of them talk about is setting your attitude and thinking. And
Mhm.
that's something that we tend to not do so much these days, as especially the second one, thinking.
Yeah.
Um, we look to our phones, we look to chat GPT or some AI. When I have a challenge or a problem, let's let some computer system think for me.
Mhm.
But there's really so much power in creativity and thinking and generating ideas. So, my challenge to all of your listeners today is just to take 15 minutes, set aside some time, get a blank piece of paper, and think and write down every idea that comes to your mind. Don't put boundaries on it. Don't say, I have to think about this specific topic or one or another. Just allow yourself, allow your mind, and allow your subconscious the ability to produce thoughts and consider them and think about them and write them down and make them real. And then once you start that habit today, spending 15 minutes doing it, I challenge you to do it for 30 days. And if you do it for 30 days, you'll do it for a lifetime. And if you do it for a lifetime, you're going to have enough thoughts that are going to create success in your life. Because 97% of these ideas may be bad, but you only need 3 out of 100 good ideas to be successful and to make a big difference in your life and those around you.
Oh, thank you so much. This is so important to do the exercise, to do the work, And 15 minutes are 1% of your day, of the 24 hours. We found that out yeah, in episode with Let What Fate. Yeah, it's so amazing. And my last question now is, when people reach out to you in order to connect, do you have a special offer for the inspired community?
Absolutely. So if folks are looking for individual coaching,
Mhm.
that's something that I offer. You can find it mostly on my LinkedIn or at henrybiemann.com. There's a connect button there at henrybiemann.com. So when you reach out in that connection box, just put that you're part of the inspired community, and I have a 10% off offer on all of my services and products.
Thank you so much. This is amazing and
Absolutely.
generous. Oh, please reach out to Henry. He's amazing, and you get inspired immediately. Thank you, and see you in the next
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
episode. Oh, thank you so much.